Okay. Let's begin, guys. Okay, sitting in Sahasrara, one foot in front of the other. Getting yourself as comfy as possible. Palms facing up. And let's close our eyes. Close your eyes, focus on your breath. And just set your intentions for today's class. Nice deep breathing. As you inhale through your nose, push the belly out. And as you exhale, allow the navel to work towards the spine. So we're working into our 7th chakra, Sahasrara. It means 1,000 petaled lotus. And the 7th chakra is located on the crown, just above the top of the head. It's represented by the color of white or violet. And it's considered to be the center of wisdom and pure consciousness. It deals with devotion, inspiration, and selflessness, and it's spiritual understanding. So it's related to the pituitary gland, and it connects to the central nervous system. Kindly drop your chin down towards your chest. A little saying for today. Life is very complicated. Don't try to find answers, because when you find answers, life changes the questions. Slowly begin to open up your eyes. Draw your eyes along the floor until your chin is parallel. Bring your palms together. Welcome to yoga, everybody. Let's take our arms out to the side and have a big inhale, lifting up nice and tall. And exhaling all the way out. Once again, inhaling up. And exhaling all the way out. Beautiful. We're going to change the cross of our legs to our unnatural cross. So if it feels wrong, it's definitely right. And let's take our right hand down to the floor. We're going to stretch over to the right. Big extension. And then twist, look up to the ceiling. Beautiful. Let's work over to the other side. Stretching over. And twist, look up to the ceiling. And up we come. Taking both hands down to the right side. I want you to stretch over. Try and keep the knees down if you can. And extend. Stretch. Keep pushing those knees down as you extend. And then slowly walk the hands in front of you to extend out in front. Stretch as far as you can. Let's make little stop signs while we're here. So stop. Placing the hands back down. Let's move over to the left side, keeping that right knee down. Lovely. Up we come, all the way up. Stay nice and tall. So we'll work onto our hands and knees. So working into your tabletop. Hands are directly underneath your shoulders. Knees are directly underneath your hips. Making your back nice and flat, and looking back, you shouldn't be able to see your feet at all. Working into our cat and cow. So I want you to inhale, looking up with your eyes. Exhale, rounding down all the way, looking at the navel. Flattening out the back, inhaling up. Exhale, working down. Let's go again, inhaling up. And exhaling down. Last one, inhale up. And exhaling down. Back to the center. Stepping out the hands, one hand step forward. Tucking your toes. Bring your knees just off the floor and pushing your shoulders back. Stretch out, have a good stretch here. Then slowly start to lift up your tailbone up to the ceiling. Stretch up as high as you can. Then drop down the right heel, down to the floor, bending the left knee. Now working over to the other side. Left heel down, right knee bends. Going back, right heel down. And then left heel down. Right heel. And left. Come up onto the tippy toes. And try and drop the heels down as much as you possibly can. Just stretch it out. Have a good stretch here. Let's check the alignment of our down dog. So working into a plank, working forward. So you might have to work out a little bit more, making sure you're nice straight line. Push into the heels. Make sure you're not arching back. So you tighten the core, push straight into those heels. And then imagine someone's pulling you up from your hips into the down dog, pushing into your heels again. Stretching. Let's do that again. Working into a plank. Straight line. Hold it there. Tighten those thighs, tighten the core. And up we go into a down dog. Stretch it out. And into a plank. Very nice. And again, into the down dog. So this class is going to be really nice. It's a nice hatha class, deep hatha class. And when things turn around a little bit, so you'll understand a bit later on. And back into a plank. Drop your knees down. Take your buttocks towards your heels, all the way back. Stretch it as far as you can go. Drop the elbows down. Now you'll bring the elbows, you move your head, your chin, chest down, allowing the elbows to come up. All the way down. Pointing the toes, Bhujanasana, so you're lifting up, shoulders width back, slightly off the floor. Hold it there, breathe. Then pushing down hard to the top of the feet, lifting up, upwards facing dog, or Mukha Svanasana. Hold it there. Tucking your toes, and then back into your down dog, stretch out. Big stretch. Let's do that all over again into a plank. Hold the plank. Drop the knees. Buttocks all the way back. Elbows drop down. Nose, chin, chest dives through. Point the toes. Roll the shoulders back. Opening up, baby cobra. Hold it. Hips are down on the floor. You're not lifting up all the way. Your elbows are bent. Now you straighten the leg, you lift up. Full plank. I don't want this arch yet. You're just on the top of the feet. Tuck the toes and work into a down dog. We're going to slowly work that arch a little bit more into our upwards facing dog. So once again, plank it. Knees. Buttocks. Elbows. Nose, chin, chest. Bhujanasana. Coming up slightly. Now you're keeping the back rounded a bit more. So the hips are falling down. You want the shoulders, the elbows, and the wrists. I had to get that right. I thought it was called ankles. Your hand ankles, all in a line. So holding it there. Tucking the toes and pushing buttocks up to the ceiling. Big stretch. Let's do it once more. Plank, knees, buttocks, elbows, nose to the chest, Bhujanasana. Point those toes, lifting up, keeping that back nice and bent here. You should be getting warm above the top of your head. You should feel the heat rising. If you're not doing it correctly. Tuck the toes, downwards facing dog. Nice stretch. Stretch it out. Slowly looking at your hands and start to walk your feet towards the hands. Bring your toes together, your heels apart. Push your hips forward so your hips are right above your ankles. And then clasp the hands behind the back. Allow the arms to work over. Drop your head. So really lengthen into it. Uttanasana. A nice forward bend. Just opening up. You can look down. Breathe. Keep pushing forward. Keep releasing your toes. Now release the hands to prayer position. Shoulders roll back, lengthen that spine. So lengthen and using the core and the thighs, let's come up all the way. Lifting up tall, big stretch up to the ceiling. And we start working into the rest of the flow. So swan dive, arms all the way out. Stretching all the way forward. Lengthen as far as you can go with straight legs. And then hands to the floor. You can bend your knees if you can't get your hands to the floor. Placing those hands down. Right leg's going to step far back. Opening up. I want you to hold it here. I want you to make sure the knee is above the ankle. The thigh is parallel to the floor. And the back leg is straight. Look at your back leg. I find a lot of people are here. Stretching to the back leg, pushing to the back heel. I'm going to hold it here for a moment. Breathe. Feel the nice pull. Now stepping back with the left. Plank. Hold. Drop the knees. Buttocks back. Elbows. Nose, chin, chest, dives. Exactly what we were doing. Opening up. Hold it. Push into those feet as hard as you can. Lifting up. Tighten that core. Tuck the toes. Into a down dog, big stretch. Nice, looking at your hand, right foot's going to come forward. If it doesn't come to your thumb, you help it there. I want you to hold it here, making sure the knee is above the ankle. If you're not there, you push it forward. Stretch that back leg. I don't want a bent knee, I want a straight leg. Now stepping forward. Head down, hands to the back. Opening up, release. Hips forward. Hands come to prayer. Shoulders roll back, lengthen that spine. And up we come. Big inhale lift. Slight little back bend because we've already started to open that back. And swan dive all the way. Hands to the front. Hands to the side, inhale, lift. Exhale, left leg, so to step all the way back. I think I used my wrong leg last time. So, okay. Oh no, I did the right leg. That's right. Okay. Stepping all the way back. All right. So stretching out, rocking the hips, making sure you're nice and straight. Push into the back heel. Hold there for a moment. Get the thigh parallel, get the back leg straight. Hold and breathe. Slowly stepping back with the right into a plank. Push into the heels. Drop knees, buttocks, elbows, nose, chin, chest, dives. Ujjanasana. Hold it. Breathe. Push into the hands. Up we come. Tuck in the toes. Into a down dog. Stretch it out. Left leg steps forward. Hold and breathe. Right leg steps forward. Head down, hands to the back, clasp. Allow the arms to go over. Push your hips forward while you're here. And then bringing your hands to a prayer position, lengthen the spine, up you come. Inhale, side back bend. All right, taking the hands behind your back, clasp them together, open up the chest, lean forward all the way. Right leg is going to step far back. Find your balance, step far back. I want you right far back. My thigh is parallel to the ground. My head is down. Lifting those arms, holding it here. Hold and breathe. Straighten the back leg. Slowly bring the hands down to the floor, stepping back into a plank. Notice I'm not going into a down dog to step into a plank. That's what a lot of people do, is lift up into a down dog. Hold it here, push into the heels. Drop knees, buttocks back. Elbows down, nose, chin, chest dives. Ujjanasana, lifting up. And into the down dog, stretch it up. Look at the hands, right foot steps next to right thumb. Help it get all the way there. Make sure you're nice and straight, straightening the back leg. Stepping forward, left, head down, hands to the back. You're going to keep your hands here. You're going to allow them to go over. Roll the shoulders back, lengthen, lead the collarbones, up you come, opening up the chest. Let's go all the way down. All the way, stretch, left leg goes back. Far back, as far as you can. Work it back, making sure your thighs parallel. Lift up the arms, hold it. Push into the back heel. Breathe. I've got to say that because I know you forget. Bring your hands down to the floor. Step back into a plank. Rock the knees. Buttocks back. Elbows down. Nose, chin, chest dives. Ujjanasana. All I notice is I'm cleaning my mat with my hands, like I'm sweeping. And stretching up. Tucking toes. Into a down dog. Stretch out. Look at the hand, left foot steps forward. Making sure it's nicely stretched. Making sure the back leg straight. Right foot steps forward. Hands behind you, clasp, allow them to go over. Now you bring them back into prayer. Shoulders work back. And up we come. Slight back bend. Change of ways. All right, swan dive. Hands down to the floor. We're going to do a jump back. So work on how you're going to jump. So make sure your hands are down, your knees are bent. And we jump into a plank, not into a down dog. Plank. Straighten arms. We're going to do a chaturanga. You're welcome to drop your knees if you need to do a chaturanga with the knees down. Working down, chaturanga. Rolling over the toes. Urdhva Mukha up. Hold it and breathe. Try and dropping the hips. Try and rolling the shoulders back. Holding it here. Straighten those legs. Allow the hips drop. Upwards facing dog. Tucking the toes into a down dog. Stretch out. Look at the hands when they step forward to the right. Hold and breathe and extend out that leg. Step forward with your left. Head down. Hands to prayer, shoulders back, lengthen the spine. Up we go. Nice back bend. And coming down. Hands front. Hands side. Inhale. Bending down, you want to jump into your plank. Very nice. Chaturanga, you're welcome to drop your knees. I'll do it with you. If your knees are down, you're just doing a chaturanga over the toes and lifting up. That's with the knees down. That's the difference. Keep working it. Opening up, you should be getting warm. Hold it and breathe. Lovely. Tap toes in, down dog it, and step forward left. Step forward right. Hands to pray. Shoulders back. Up we come. Big stretch. Light leaning back. Nice. We're come seated in the air. So take your seat with Katasana. I want you to really sit down. So I want you to see your toes. Make sure you can say good evening or good morning toes. Sitting down. Pelvis is forward, back is up. Let's bring our hands into prayer. Sit down a little bit more. We'll take our right elbow to our left knee, place it down, hook it in, look at the knees. You want them equal in the front. Twist it, drop the bum. Let's hold it. Nice deep breaths. You're really working it here and then holding. Come back to the center, sitting down. Let's take now the left elbow to the right knee. Hook it in and twist. Look at the knees, get sure they're correct. Drop your bum. Twist. Hold it, drop the bum. Come back to the center and standing up nice and tall, big stretch. Opening up. Swan dive all the way down, hands front. Hands to the side, inhale. Right leg steps far back. Left leg steps far back. With control, you're coming down to the floor all the way. All the way down. Place the feet down, take the hands behind your back, clasp them. Now I want you to lift, keep the feet flat on the floor, make sure they're hard on the floor. Open the chest, lifting up. Big lift. Hold and breathe. Let's lift up a little bit higher. Turn your head to the right and drop your head down and the arms. Okay, we'll do that again, this time with the legs and arms. Up you go, lift the legs and the arms. Lift up. Breathe and hold. Nice deep breathing. Turn your head to the left. And down we go. Nice. Release the arms. Now we allow the arms and the legs, up they go. Lift and fly. Fly me to the moon. Let me. They're not sing. Okay, hold it. 3, 2, 1. Place the hands underneath the shoulders, tuck the toes into your down dog, stretch out. We're going to do a little bit of jumping, so I want you to bend those knees. Get yourself ready. I'm going to jump forward. Okay, once you're at the front, hands to prayer, shoulders back, up we go. Lifting, slide back bend. Wonderful. Swan dive, hands front, hands side. Inhale, lift. Exhale, right leg steps far back. Opening up. Making sure you're stretching into it. You should be getting a little bit better at this now. Flatten hands, left leg goes back. Plank. Did you see I didn't lift my bum? I'm in a nice straight line the whole time. Welcome to drop your knees, chaturanga. Over the toes. Up you come, Urdhva Mukha. Hips and thighs are off the mat. Tuck the toes under, into a down dog, stretch out. You can either step forward with your right and step forward with your left. If you can, you'll jump forward. Head down, hands to prayer, shoulders back, up we go. Slide to the back bend. Let's go. Hands front. Hands side, inhale. Hands to the side, bending your knees, we'll jump back. Plank. Hold it there. Drop your knees if you need to. Chaturanga. Over those toes. Urdhva Mukha up. If you want to attempt, you can try and jump over the feet. And into a down dog, stretch out. Either stepping forward with your left and then your right, or giving a good go to try and get a nice forward jump. Okay. Hands into prayer, shoulders back. Up we go. Nice stretch. Big stretch. You're just getting into it. Coming down. Hands straight. Hands side. Inhale. Jump yourself back into a plank. Hold it here. Make sure you're pulling yourself in, your core, and then slowly working back down to the floor. Feet out, clasp the hands behind your back, and let's lift up just the chest once again. Lifting up. Nice deep breaths. Holding it here. Turn your head to the right, and slowly drop your head and your arms down. When we come up, we're going to go lift up the arms and the legs. Up we go. Lift it. Work it. Head to the left. Down we come. Now the difference is you release the arms. I want you to lift up your feet. See if you can grab onto those feet. If you need a strap, you can always put a strap around and hold the strap. If you find you can't get to the feet, you can also hold into your pants. There's variations you can make. Once you've got that, I want you to open up the chest, lifting yourself up. Opening up. Nice big stretch. If you can, rock a bit. Please rock a little bit. Rock and roll. Really good for digestion. Make sure you go to the toilet later. And if you're really doing well, you can rock to the side. Whoop. You rock properly to the side. So rocking over. It's a nice push onto your shoulder. Feel if you can. And then you can always rock over to the other side. I can hear my stomach going. And back to the center. All right, let's place the feet down. Hands underneath the shoulders. Into your down dog, stretch it out. Lovely, big stretch. Either you're going to walk forward, or step, or jump. Hands back into prayer, shoulders back. Up we go. Hope everybody's okay. Slight back bend. And let's all step back with our right leg. Virabhadrasana 1. It's a low Virabhadrasana 1. So straighten the back leg, knee above the ankle, thigh parallel. Hold it here. And breathe. Slowly, Virabhadrasana 2. What we do is we open up the arms and we work, drop the back heels. There's no other movement. That thigh stays. Make sure the knee is out. It's not moving forward, it's out. Arms open. Low. How low can we go? I want that to burn. I want to place your hand on your head and feel if you can feel heat coming out the top. If it's not, you're not doing this right. Hold and breathe. Now to give you back some sanity, straighten the leg. What relief. Extending over, stretch. Bringing the hand down. If you need a block here, you place a block there. Chin along the chest, looking up the top hand. Hold and breathe. Uttita Trikonasana. Magic stuff. Up and come. Bending your left knee. Arms above your head. Swiveling to Virabhadrasana 1. Swiveling back. Stretching that back leg. Hands come down to the floor. Keeping your back nice and straight. Stepping back into a plank. You can drop your knees if you need to, chaturanga, over the toes, Urdhva Mukha up, and back into a down dog, stretch out. Beautiful. Step, jump however you want to, you can get to the top of the mat. Head down, hands to pray, shoulders back, and let's lengthen all the way up, like that bend. We're going to work to the other side. So you take back your left foot far as you can, straighten, get the thigh parallel, opening up, breathing into it. With the extension, hold it here. Hold and breathe. Work into Virabhadrasana 2. All you do is drop the back heel, open to the side. Hold it. Nice deep breaths. Let the thigh burn, baby burn. Now let's straighten that leg. Pituitary Konasana, stretching over. Arm works down. Chin looks up. Make sure you're in a nice straight line. So if I put you in between two glass panes, you'll be right in between. I could sandwich you. If you were a piece of toast, I could put you in the toaster and you wouldn't be burned on either side. If your neck is sore, you look down. Hold and breathe. And then slowly, actually wait just a little bit longer, my clock hasn't gone. I'm watching the times. Up you come. Okay, Virabhadrasana 1. So you're going to take your arms up and you swivel back. Placing your hands down to the floor, keeping your back nice and lengthened. Stepping back into a plank, Chaturanga Dandasana, into Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, and then working into a down dog. Looking at your hands, bending the knees, we're going to jump forward. Beautiful stuff. Hands to pray, up we go. Slide back big. Okay. We'll step again, back with the right leg. You might, just before we do that, if we're going to work into a half moon. So if you find when you do a half moon, which is working to the side, going down, and you're going to a half moon where your back is nice and straight, if you need a block to hold on there, please place a block in front of you. I prefer to use the floor, but if you need one, just place one. That's why I had one here just to show you. Place it in front of you. So let's begin. Arms up, stepping far back with your right leg. Virabhadrasana 1. Okay. Dropping down. I want you low. How low can you go? Virabhadrasana 2. Utthita Padma Konasana is another child pose. It's one of our basic poses that we work into. Slowly you take down your left hand, baby toe side. You might need a block here as well, but I think if you're working so low, you should be able to get there. You get right down, you drop your hips, you make sure your thighs parallel. Hand to the baby toe side. Right hand will come to your ear. You're going to open up as much as you can and then stretch. I want a line from the fingers down to that foot. Making sure the baby toe stays down on the right, opening up to look at the ceiling. And making sure that that left hand is light. If you feel you really want to challenge yourself, you're welcome to bring that arm up. I don't feel like challenging myself. So I'm just going to lean a little bit, but not hard. Open and breathe. Hold it here. Slowly with control, come back into Virabhadrasana 2. So exactly where you were. Opening up. Now we are working to Ardha Chandasana. So you bring back down that left hand. You're going to step closer with the right leg. You're going to move that left hand forward, either onto your block. Don't let your left foot move. Lift up the back leg. Open yourself up to the side as if your back is against the wall. Flex the foot. You're stacking yourself. And try and get light on that hand. Once you're there, you want to be able to look up. So you want to get yourself nice and light here. Flex that foot. You're going to hold it here for a moment. Hold and breathe. Bring down your right hand to the floor. Standing splits. Lift up that top leg. Real standing splits. Drop your head. Bend your left knee, stepping back, low lunge. Hands down, step back plank. Chaturanga. Over the toes, Urdhva Mukha up. And into a down dog, stretch out. Beautiful, let's jump it forward. Hands to pray, up we go. Slight back bend. Let's work the other side. So we're going to step back with our left leg. All the way. It's a tough class. It's our last chakra. It's our 7th one. We want to move high at the top. We want to get that warmth coming up the top. I know it's hard. I'm pushing you to your limits. Straighten it out. Hold it here. Focus on that breathing. Straighten that back leg. Get your thigh parallel. Virabhadrasana 2, opening up. Whoops, the leg fell over. Dropping down, drop it. Push down the baby toe side. Hold it. Breathe. Taking down the right hand. Place it down. Drop the hips, hand to your ear. Stretch it up. You want a nice line here. You want to pass the arm, so I don't even see my arm. It's behind me. This arm's light. You see how far you can push yourself. Breathe. Make sure the arms are straight. Even if you just got one arm up there, it's straight. It's not this ballerina thing. It's a straight arm. This is a great pose to burn, to get stamina from. So it's equivalent to going on a 10K run right now. I'm sure you're feeling it, but we're not moving. Okay, let's go back to Virabhadrasana 2. Same height. Hold it. Ardha Chandasana. Taking down, right hand. You step closer with the left foot. You take the right arm out in front of you. Now you're trying to lift the back leg, keeping yourself nice and flat. Shoulders are stacking. Lightness in your hand. If you can, you want to look up. You want to flex that back foot. You want to hold it here. Find the lightness. Breathe. Hold it. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Taking down. Left hand standing splits. Lift up. Breathe into it. Get all the blood out of that left foot. And let's bend the right knee, stepping back. Low lunge. Hands down. Stepping into plank. Chaturanga. Good for Mukha up. Tap the toes. Bring the knees out. Stretch back. Okay. So now that you've done everything backwards, you're doing everything backwards. You're going to take hold of your blanket, you're going to go into a head balance. I prefer you to go into Bakasana, but obviously it depends on what you know. And if you can't do a head balance, you can just go into a dolphin or into a down dog. You have noticed I've disturbed your nerves terribly. So we normally do our head balance at the beginning of a class because your nerves are undisturbed. Right now, I'm getting you to do this because I've really mixed things up. And that's why I'm trying to find a way for you to understand there's a wisdom or there's a learning curve around this. So if I have to put you on a stage and you're so fearful, that fear is exactly the same anxiety as excitement. So I get on the stage and I'm so excited, but I won't know the difference between fear and excitement. It's just exactly the same emotion. When you do your head balance now, you're going to get up there and you'll feel too light. And you'll say, I'm too weak. I can't get my legs up, or I've got no control. It's your amount of strength that you've actually accumulated through this time, that you're so strong that everything's going to be going up. Your arms will be a lot stronger and you won't really know how to control yourself. So you're going to try and do it. You're not going to stay up long. So pretty much you're taking your blanket. You're working to Bakasana. Obviously, warnings, high blood pressure, neck problems. If you're menstruating, you're not going up. It's just a general thing. If you don't know how to do it, just don't do it. Okay. You're making your triangle on your blanket. You're making sure the same distance between the hands is the same distance to where your head is going. Hands are directly underneath. You probably all know how to do this. Head down, elbows in. Take a little bit of time to put your knees there and settle there for a bit. When you're ready, you take your legs up and you will feel, oh, I'm so light, but like really light that you can do a lot more things. So you're going to hold it there for a little bit. I'm going to watch what you're doing. Who's here? And just see how it feels. Otherwise, you're welcome to just do a dolphin or a down dog. Or nothing. But I just want you to feel the lightness. Beautiful. Absolutely fantastic. Wow. You should feel a lot of lightness, it's kind of like out of control. So you kind of think that you are pretty much weak and you don't have the power to do it, but you are actually so powerful, you've got more strength now. We've really disturbed everything and you're a lot more powerful than you know. That's the best way I can describe it to you at this point. Okay, and then coming down, we're going to carry on. So from here, we're going to work into a little bit of a back bend because we've opened up our back so much, let's not waste it. It's also a nice way to, because we work into a back bend and we want to see how far we can get our crown off the floor. So what we're going to do, we're going to lie ourselves down and we're working for this variations, in different variations. So there's some people who will say, no, I don't want to do this at all. If you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it. You can always place your hands down, either hold a strap around your legs or hold onto your feet. This is the one option if you're not going to go into it. And then just lifting up and seeing how far you can work into it. So that's the one option. For the people who want to go into the full back bend, you're going to place your hands down. You want to try and get the heel of the hand down, the elbows are in, like so. Then you're going to do exactly the same thing. You're going to lift your hips first. Then you're going to try and work onto the crown of the head, and then you're going to straighten the arms into a back bend. Okay, if you're finding that's also hard or your wrists are too sore, you can always take two blocks and place them up against the wall, like so, that you put a block. Let's get another one. You put two blocks like that, and you can't see anything when you go to the side. So you put two blocks like that. I'll lean down, place my hands onto the blocks, and then slowly lift the hips and work up and push away. Okay, try and get the feet straight. All right, so those are various options. Give it a go. See how it feels. We've opened up quite sufficiently in our shoulders and our back. It's more about stretch the arms, push into the arms and extend. That's really what I want you to work into. So do the best you can. If you've got to change, you can always just lie over the chair and let your arms hang over. So if you've got a wheel, you can do the same thing with a wheel. Lie over your wheel. There's variations of this pose. I just want to see the views here and how we're working into it. Very nice. Very nice. A ball is a fantastic thing. It's fantastic. Wow, everybody's doing an amazing job. Absolutely amazing. Okay. Be a little bit longer because I can see everybody's still going. Super duper. That's wonderful. Okay, then we slowly going to come off that. Come out of your back bend. And the restorative position for your back bend is always going into a down dog. So coming into a down dog. You can also go into a handstand, but I don't think anyone's going to be doing a handstand. You're welcome to if you want to. But just going into the down dog, stretching it out. All right, as I said at the beginning of the class, I need you to find yourself a wall to go to. So you can always move your mat to the wall, or I'm just going to move myself to the wall. So you're going to take your bum, and I want you to place your bum up against the wall. This is the hardest part of the whole class, to try and get your bum up against the wall. So you need to place your bum against the wall, and then try and lift the legs up. Right up. And you lie yourself down. So the legs are up the wall, your back is down. The hands, you must be able to feel the wall. Try and get your bum as close. I really need your bum touching the wall. So lying yourself down, legs up the wall. In other words, you bum French kissing the wall, if that makes sense. I know it's not so great, but yes, that's where we're trying to work to. I'll give you a few moments. That's one of the greatest things you can do. A wall is a great apparatus to use, and you get a lot of nice stretching out of this. All right, so let's begin. You take your right leg and you place it just above your left knee, making sure the right knee is out to the side. Now, keeping your hips down, you need that bum on the floor. You're going to slowly start to bend your left leg. So you bend it. Now, a lot of people will get here and say, no, their bum's coming up. So I need your bum to stay down. If that's the furthest you can go, that's the furthest you can go. That's perfect. If you can, you work yourself down. You see how far you can get, but keeping the bum down and working it in. You want to have a big pull in your right side of your hip flexors and your glutes. Working it down. Keep pushing down your tailbone. Keep pushing that down to the floor. It's a beautiful stretch. Deep breaths into it. Work nicely. Alrighty then, it's straighten up the left, straighten up the right. Let's go to the other side. You'll notice there's a huge difference from one side to the other. So left foot just above the right knee, keeping your bum down, start to bend and right. Don't let the buttocks lift. So work it slowly. This one's much harder to me. Much harder. Keep the bum down. Feel the stretch. Oh, it's yummy. It's yummy sore, if that makes sense. If I could explain another way, it tastes like chocolate in there, because it's like a nice feeling. Oh, all right, slowly straighten up both legs. Now you take your feet onto the wall, knees are semi-bent, and you start to lift your buttocks off the floor. Take your hands underneath the sacrum, you can bring your shoulders in. Feet must be flat, a little bit up. We're going to take our right leg up to the ceiling, flex that foot. Now take that leg straight, keeping it straight, take it over your head towards the floor as far as you can go. Straighten that leg, pushing to the heel. And let's take it up to the wall. We'll do this twice more. So all the way down to the floor, keeping the leg straight, and up. Let's do once more. All the way straight, and up. Bending your right and to the left. Straighten that left, up, down it goes. See if you can feel the difference on each side, how the hips move. Let's go down. Number 2, and up. And number 3, and up. Lovely. Now straighten both legs up onto the wall. So you point your toes, you're lifting up. You're at a nice angle here, like a 45 degree. Right leg comes up, you do exactly the same thing. Right leg. See how far you can go. You might not touch the floor now. If you were, or you will know right there. Up you come. And let's do 2 more, all the way. And up. Last one, all the way. And up. Nice. Let's now take the left. All the way. And up. All the way. Keep it straight. And up. Last one. All the way. And up. Beautiful. Bend those knees, place them onto the wall. Place your hands back to the wall and roll down one vertebra at a time. Beautiful. Once you're there, either your arms out to the side or under your head, whatever's more comfortable to you. Bring the feet close in and you're going to walk them over to the right side. So walk them over, keeping both shoulders down to the floor. Walk them over. You can look over to the left side. Now walk both feet back to the center. I'm going to walk them over to the left side, turning your head to the right. And back to the center. Now keeping your feet on the wall and just a 90-degree angle, you're going to keep the ankles together and you're going to drop your knees to the right. So just drop the knees to the right, keep them in the center of the feet. Drop the knees to the right. You should feel nice, cool along the quads. Now take them up, drop them to the left. Drop, drop, drop. And back to the center. Open up the feet, you can reach your hands, Baddha Konasana, push the knees out to the side. Look up into the space, pushing out. And then it's going to a nice happy baby right here. keeping your tailbone down. I want you to still feel the wall. So if you need to hold behind your knees, you hold behind your knees. Then place the feet onto the wall. Give yourself a nice back massage as you roll back. Get yourself all the way away from the wall. Palms out, legs out. We go into our relaxation. If you need to put a blankie on, a jersey, please get yourself comfy. Time to switch off and go into Sahasrara. All right. Relax. Close eyes. And just let go. slowly start to wiggle your toes. Rub your thumbs over your fingertips. Turn your head from side to side. Take your arms and stretch them over your head. Have a good yawn and have a good stretch. And slowly bring your knees to your chest. Roll over to your side. Life is like a multiple choice question. Sometimes the choices confuse you and not the questions themselves. Slowly come to a seated position. May there be peace to the north, peace to the south, peace to the east, and peace to the west. Peace above, peace below, peace within, and peace without. And most importantly, peace with you and your family. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste. Thank you, everybody, and well done.